hear these beeping and everything, lights going on and off, and I slammed my foot on the brake and stopped the car. My last video ended when I drove my car into a ditch, and in this video I'm going to try and show you how when you're in challenging situations you behave in different ways. You become original, you become braver, you can do things that you've never done before, you talk to strangers, you remember a language that you forgot even existed, you knock on strange doors, you beg for help, and finally you get over this obstacle that you're in and you can carry on. So without further ado, I will tell you what happened next. The car was like this, yeah, and these wheels, the back wheels, were in the air. And there was absolutely no way I was going to get the car out of there. So, what do? I phoned the guy who had sold me the car, who had connections and who knew all about the insurance. The car was, of course, was insured. So he asks me, "Where are you?" And I kind of look around and I say, "I have absolutely no idea where I am." He says to me, "Listen, the best thing you can do is get someone with a tractor, pay him 50 euro and just tow the car out of the canal with a tractor." And I said, "How the heck am I going to do that? I hardly know any French. I mean, I used to know French, but I've forgotten everything." Anyhow, it was already becoming evening. The situation was very, touch and go. So I got all my papers and my little purse and everything, and I literally started running back to the last village I'd gone through just before getting to that point. It was about 2 kilometers away. I ran for 2 kilometers. I do a lot of sports and all that, but I'm not that good a runner. Anyhow, when you're absolutely terrified, you do really weird things. So I got to this place and I started knocking on doors and nobody answered. It seemed as if everybody was away in this village. Finally, I could hear this noise coming from somewhere. So I went to this place and it was this garden nursery, and it seemed that the whole village was there. So I put on my nicest smile and I walked up to this good-looking guy with a mustache, and I said to him, "Listen, I've got a little bit of a problem and I'm looking for somebody with a tractor. Do you know anybody who might have a tractor around here?" So he points in a certain direction and he says, "Just go over there to the right and to the right again, and there's this old farmer. He's definitely got a tractor. Maybe he can help you." So I did just that. I went there, I went right and right again, and I saw this gate, wooden gate, and I knocked on the gate, and after a few moments the gate opened a crack and I see this old face of an old man. All of a sudden I was so excited and so full of adrenaline that all the French that I knew 50 years ago, it all came back and I spoke fluent French.
Mon van est tombé dans un fossé. Voici une photo. Et j'ai besoin d'un tracteur pour le sortir du fossé. Pouvez-vous m'aider?
And he said, "Oh la la." So I said, "Oui, oui, oui, oh la la." And he said, "Okay, viens avec moi." I mean, if I wanted to help him, so I helped him with the carrots, the big ones over there, the small ones over there. And then his wife came out with her apron and she stood and she looked at me up and down, and then And it took quite a while, but finally he disappeared inside the house. And I was standing there in the yard and thinking to myself, okay, what will I do? And suddenly, from right over there, I hear the most beautiful sound I've ever heard in my life. The sound of an old tractor. And he was driving it towards me. And then he said, come on, sit down here next to me. And I sat on top of the wheel, and he was sitting here and driving. And he went through his fields, and he opened up this big gate, and we went through the gate. And in about 10 minutes, we got to where the car was. And he also, I told him, take cables. And we got to the car, and I crawled underneath my car, and I tied it to the front axle next to the two front wheels, one cable here and one cable on the other side, and then triangled it onto his hook at the back of his tractor. And my van just came out of the canal, standing upright on the road properly, the way a van should be standing. Anyhow, I took 200 euros, and he said no, 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 and he gave me back 100. And that was that. I said goodbye to him. He went off, and all of a sudden I see this banged up car flying towards me with the dead man driving it, and he went past. I managed to turn around in that little corner and get out of there. And from there I went straight to a hotel in Lyon and decided that I am going to stay the night in a proper hotel. Hope you enjoyed the story. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.